Hello, 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 Munchkins!
Welcome.
Thank you for tuning into another episode of All the Munches with myself. I am Michael Bowman Zamora.
And I'm Chris Colville.
And we are here to talk about a few different topics, but also play some games with each other because we're wild and crazy kids.
Yes, come on, Nickelodeon throwback.
Right?
Come on, wild and crazy kids.
Just to get you set up for success, we welcome your comments. So go ahead and comment on anything that you want to. Anything you want to contribute to our conversation, please do. Also, if you are listening in our podcast land, you can find us each and every Tuesday night. That is Tuesday with a T at 8 p.m. Eastern time. Chris is, I think, trying to sign either that or he's picking his nose. Creatively picking his
that
nose.
was ESL. That's an ESL for your nerve.
ESL?
ASL? ASL.
ASL.
Yeah.
I was like, what is ESL?
What is ESL?
Easel?
It's an easel for your nerve.
So, Chris, we always start off our shows. Wow, we are doing great today. We always start off our shows by talking about mental health and physical wellness.
Yes.
Talk to me about you. What are you doing? How are things going?
Yeah. So physical wellness, I am still battling this, or I am healing through this silly sinus infection that I've been dealing with since Thursday before Pride. But, you know, Sudafed and Flonase don't do shit if you're drinking all the time because
True.
We had Pride and then 4th of July weekend. And it's been 2 really wild and crazy kids days of partying and having a good time, maybe distracting as well.
So we were not adulting during that time.
You know, we're adults who work hard and party hard, and I just got done doing a lot of party hardy. So yesterday and today, I'm taking it very easy, trying to heal up, trying to rest up. Physically, other than that, still doing my little upfit gym experience, which I worked out today, and didn't get really a chance to change. So I'm still in my workout gear. Don't mind it, y'all.
That's okay. I just kept on my black tea to make you feel not as grubby.
Thanks, honey. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. But, you know, she threw on some bling to give it some accessorizing.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous.
The little Cuban chain.
Yeah, it's beautiful. So, there's that. Mentally, it's been a lot. It's been a lot. And so, because it's been a lot, I finally today called a therapist. Yay! Come on, mental health.
We don't have noises built in yet, so
I know it would have been wonderful to have like a gaggle of children who are like, yeah.
Like the Rosie O'Donnell show she had those soundboards built in.
Oh, did she? It reminds me of the sound effect that One Girl 5 Days had too.
Oh,
they
yeah.
said topic, right?
Which is weird because it was such an adult show. It was always like kids saying their topics.
Yeah, that's right. It was.
All about love and sex.
We should have a child voice saying all the Munches topics.
Maybe, yeah.
All the mental health and physical wellness. Ha! Something like that.
Something.
Yeah, so, you know, been dealing with some anxiety, been dealing with some insecurities getting the better of me, some projecting of them, some spiraling, you know, triggered moments. If any of y'all are familiar with these ideas around psychology that we experience, I'm going through some of those this week. But today I'm doing all right. Yeah, today I'm doing all right. How about you, babe? How you been?
Hello, lovelies from Jackson. Hope y'all
Hey,
had a great
Jackson.
week and holiday weekend.
Thanks, honey. Appreciate it.
Let's see. You know, it's like sometimes when you have to check in with yourself, you have to like ask yourself how you were because,
Right.
especially if you're going like 10,000 miles a minute. I think that's my thing. I'm just going right now. I started a new job. We're like 16 days away from nationals.
Oh my God. But that dance rehearsal this week
Was so good.
that was a great highlight.
16 days away from nationals is like very exhilarating, very terrifying, very
All
is the
of
way
it.
to say it. Yeah, all of the things.
It's
all the things.
Right.
So that's good. I'm very tired because I stayed up way later than I planned on last night rhinestoning, and I'll probably do it tonight because things have to get done. Like,
Yeah.
there's just, like, you cannot go to a national competition that you've put this much time and energy into and not have everything be the way you want it to be.
Exactly.
I did. You know, I'm a very truthful person. I did receive a lot of my garments today. A lot of them were beautiful, and one of them was just like, it was a beautifully made garment, but it wasn't what I had asked for. So I was like, and it was like, so my designer is a designer that I really trust, but she had like some assistants working on some of the things, and I know that one of her assistants made this. So I'm not sure if her assistant like went straight from assistant's home to FedEx, and Mulan didn't. My designer didn't see it in the mix. But whatever, I'm a very truthful person. But it's beautiful. It's stunning.
It's just
like
not
it's gonna
what
take
you
people's breaths away.
Yeah.
Take people's
my breaths
breath
away. Take all of them. Take all my breaths.
Take all the breaths away. It's going to take all the breaths away.
Yes.
Especially because there's like multiple layers to it, and we have the other part of the layer, and it's just like, yeah, it's going to be extravagant and very me, just different than what I had anticipated, and I was just like, love this. You know, you get those like love this moments.
Love it, and it's not exactly what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, and my jewelry designer, We All Know Fierce Drag Jewels, is in the middle of moving shops and is kind of freaking out alongside of us because one of the boxes has my bracelets in it for my prelim talent, and
they don't know where it is because you're moving.
There's like 400 boxes that have to be gone through. She sent me a picture of it today, and she was like, I've gone through this pile, and it's not in here, because her assistants packed everything up while she was like working on other stuff. So both designers coming through, definitely, and making me very happy. But just things that like need to be tied up. We spent all day, I spent all day Saturday, all day Sunday. Chip came with me yesterday, and we built the birdcage.
Yes, the cage.
For Gown. And that's taking a lot longer than I had anticipated. So the marquees are not done. Things still have to be painted. So we'll get there. We're going to get there. Mm-hmm. But 16 days is not a lot of time to get stuff done in when I just started a full-time job.
Right.
And
you just might not sleep.
And like Chip is working on the weekends he's working all weekend next weekend. And like you work weekends. Mm-hmm. So like they're, the people that normally would come to the rescue in this area are also like busy too.
Right.
And which is understandable. So there's that. Physically, I got back on the Peloton today.
Yes,
my back is healed.
Cute.
So I did a Peloton ride today. I felt very good doing it.
Nice.
Hung out with my cool girl, Tunde. Love her. Tunde is one of the instructors. Yeah. I live for Tunde. Tunde is the best instructor they have.
Nice.
Her IG, just to give her a shout out, is Tune to Tunde.
Tune to Tunde.
Yeah.
How do we spell Tunde?
Tunde.
Tunde.
I
love the DT. DT teaches yoga.
I am obsessed with her. I live for her.
Have you ever taken any of their yoga classes on Peloton?
Yeah, we took a yoga class.
A GT is my favorite.
She does really good stretching. She also does like quick arm toning exercises, like 10-minute arm refreshers is what she calls them.
Okay.
So yeah, I did that, and I'm still going strong on Weight Watchers, and it's been working out. When I was out in Pelham, and it was very long-winded at this point, but I was out in Pelham, and I was like, I don't know what to eat. What am I going to eat for lunch? You're so used to diets being restrictive.
Sure.
And so Tyler, whose house I was at, was like, why don't you look in your app and see if like they have like McDonald's suggestions or Wendy's chicken sandwich, a small fry, and a Diet Coke in the point ranges. So like,
wow,
do it.
That's nice.
Yeah. So you can like, that made me feel much more confident because I travel so much. Yeah. And like, we're going to be traveling soon for days at a time. So I know what I can eat, and we're going to be cooking a lot. Yeah. But like ordering late night, I can save points up for like a slice of pizza or two.
I feel you because, as you know, I'm no longer doing keto. But
doing what?
That word. Keto.
I don't know if I've heard of it. What's keto? Keto,
like ketosis, like it's when your body goes into ketosis. He's poking fun of me.
Develops ketones.
Yeah. But I'm no longer doing keto. And I'll tell you what, because I'm not doing that, that was such a specific idea of what to eat. And it was easy for me because you just told me what I could have. And I just had as much of all those things anytime I wanted. But now that I'm not on that, I'm back to needing to like find another structure to continue my fitness journey and like build muscle, looking to build. And so I had to have a conversation with my trainer today, and he tried to help me lean into being, compassionate with it and just like take it one day at a time, and start by maybe having a fistful of protein 4 times a day with like veggies and fruits and whatnot and grains. I'm like, okay.
Suggest how you measure a fistful of protein.
You just crumple it like that. It fits in there. Just a fistful
Hold out your hands.
Of protein.
Let it in.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Okay, that sounds cute. I'm into that. You drink away.
Drink your protein.
But yeah, so we're trying to figure that out too.
So I think the one thing that I will say about, well, they call it WW now because they're not just like a weight program anymore.
Was it a lifestyle
program? It's more of that because I took like a quiz. What was I interested in doing? Was I interested in staying fit? Was I interested in losing weight? Was I interested in gaining muscle? Was I interested in all of these things? And the app is like, I think it was like $5 a month that I pay for, or $5 a week, maybe. Even $20 a month is still cheap. But yeah, and like the recipes, the tracking, all of that. Also, I chose the one where you don't have to weigh in regularly because I hate people telling me what to do. I really, really, really do. It's like a thing I talk to my therapist about regularly. I hate people telling me what to do. And it's very conducive to that. So, yeah. So if any of you want to talk about any of these topics,
how's your week
let
going?
us know.
Let us know, Munchkins, please.
But we're going to move into another thing, which is all the dishing.
All the dish, which is a nice segue out of talking about our physical wellness and mental health. Because all the dish, we want to talk about insecurities as queer folk.
Yeah.
And what those look like, and ways to address them, or ways to move through them, or maybe like what's some ideas we have about moving through them, and maybe some of their origin stories. And I talked about this being a topic today because I thought it would be helpful to share some of our experiences with those struggles, especially because I feel like mental health is still something that is very stigmatized against.
Oh yeah,
and
in all communities, not just the queer community.
And I feel like the more stigma we continue to allow it to have, the more we will all be plagued by mental unwellness, right?
Yeah.
Because one of the first things is taking a look at it, and if you're grieving or if you're trying to work through something and you live in the stage of denial for long enough, it's gonna catch up. And it's going to send you right down the tubes.
Denial's the bitch. That
Denial's
will
not
go
just
away.
a river in Egypt.
Right.
Yeah. So one of the ones I wanted to talk about is, and I don't know, we hadn't had a conversation about it yet.
Not yet. So I'm actually interested in what you think is like the hot goss.
So for me, I think my biggest one probably that I am trying to sort out is abandonment issues. Fear of abandonment. And for those of you, obviously we're all in different places with our mental health and wellness and understanding of it and moving through it. But I've come to be aware that most of what plagues us throughout our adulthood is formed in our really young, like learning
100%
years, right? And I think coming into myself as a queer person from a young age, recognizing that there was something different about me, and that it wasn't modeled at all.
Why am I yawning?
I don't know. Because we need drinks. Chip, are drinks ready yet? Thank you, darling. Appreciate you. But I think recognizing a difference in myself from what was being shown to me in the world and in other people made me really, at a young age, feel like I wasn't going to be accepted or loved, and that everybody who loved me or that I loved may abandon me.
Yeah.
So I think, cheers, y'all.
So I think
cheers, honey.
A constructive way for us to go through this is like each say the thing, but also talk about how we can relate to each other. So I definitely feel you on the. I also think it's very much ingrained in us, and I know you and I believe very heavily in astrology and like and who we are as Aqueerians, and I do think that that's a thing we're very maternal or paternal or nurturing, and so when we give so much and then somebody kind of like denies us the love and support back, sometimes it can be very hurtful and very like, why aren't you my friend, or like, why aren't you here for me? And
Sure.
but it's not. It doesn't come out that way. It comes out very like, everybody's leaving me.
Sure. That insecurity and those fears, they just creep up subconsciously, and before you know it, you're having this like this panic attack. Yeah, because you're feeling so vulnerable and so exposed.
Yeah.
And and for me, I feel like that's also tied to codependent behavior or people-pleasing behavior.
Oh, people-pleasing behavior, definitely.
Right? Which, because at a young age, you think, when you're at least me personally, and I'm sure you might be able to identify with some of this, and some of you listeners might be able to identify as well, is when you realize you're different, one of the first things I tried to do was assimilate, was to fit in.
Oh, yeah.
And to not ruffle feathers, right? And I did that. I remember rather vividly, before I was 11 years old, I used to get in trouble all the time. I used to be like a sassy little thing that was stubborn and opinionated and really just wanted to express myself.
You're describing me at 34.
Well,
sassy and opinionated.
Well, but here's the thing: is maybe that was like my truth at a young age.
Yeah.
But then I started to recognize in myself these differences that I started to be afraid would not be accepted. So then I kind of like began limiting how expressive I was for quite some time, just so that way I wasn't ruffling any feathers, or I wasn't taking up too much space or getting too much attention. Because if I got too much attention for those things that I was getting in trouble for, then they might notice that I'm gay.
Oh, yeah.
And I can't let that happen.
Oh, yeah. The queerness factor and all of that is like amplifies it times 30.
Oh, yeah. On top of it, and like on top of it being like empathic individuals, ones who are very emotionally sensitive or emotionally heightened and aware and intelligent.
When somebody's like annoyed with you or embarrassed by you or like all of those things. It's
right.
So much worse.
So like you're already a sensitive human being, but now you're hyper aware and sensitive to the social cues around you.
Total.
And so then you are constantly moving to avoid these figurative bombs you're afraid you're going to set off.
Yeah.
And I remember doing a lot of that as a child.
Yeah.
Like as like a 12-year-old, 13-year-old, like in my teens.
That's me at work in my present.
Yeah.
Because, I work in HR.
Right.
And so most companies that I've worked up until now, honestly, were like, no, you can't talk about that. You're HR. You have to seem very executive. You have to do this. And I was like, what does it seeming executive mean?
Sure.
Because I know executives who go out and like molest people during the day, or like are playboys or playgirls, or like
right. Like what does it mean to be professional?
Yeah. What define that? So that means you're just silencing my outwardness and my humanness. Yeah. And today they were like, tell us one interesting fact about you. Girl, the panic that I had, because today was my first all staff meeting, the panic that I had inside, and then I was like, just fucking go for it. And so I was like, in our morning meeting today, y'all mentioned Tyler Oakley, who is like this very, for those of you who don't know, very queer, like YouTube celebrity. I said, Tyler and I went to college together, and I turned him down for 3 dates. Thank you.
That's such a cute story.
I mean, I can also go further. Like, with my boss, I was like, I just wanted to let you know Laverne Cox and Bob the Drag Queen used to work for me. And she was like, right. Because I used to be the GM of Lucky Chang's.
Right.
And she was like, okay. So then I had to be like, oh my God, do you know what Lucky Chang's is? And her response was, am I gay or not?
Am I gay or not?
And
because you work for a gay organization.
Yeah, I work for GLAAD now.
Which is wonderful.
And she keeps saying, you're going to fit in great here. You're doing great. Like, you're fitting in well. Because I feel like she can sense my, like...
trepidation?
Yeah, the terror
Yeah.
It's the past trauma of this.
Right. The trauma. Oh, the trauma.
Because other bosses have given me trauma.
Yes.
That is mental fuckery that is carried through to today.
Absolutely.
And so you have that into today from your childhood.
Absolutely. Yeah, those it's interesting too because I feel like you move into a space into your adulthood as a queer person where you start to feel more secure, you start to feel like you're coming into yourself, you're living your best life, you're living your truth. But then moments happen that make you recognize all the work that needs to actually be done in order for you to truly be in that most centered, aligned, and place of peace.
Yeah.
And a lot of that has come to my attention recently.
And to tie into that, we grew up in an era where if you came out and it was a good coming out story, you were one of the lucky ones. Like,
right.
If nobody said anything bad to you and they were like, of course you're gay, we love you gay, then you were like the oddball out. Right. So we had to learn how to be in a body, in a soul, in a being that wasn't us. And then we had to retrain ourselves
to actually come back to our
to
real
come back
identity.
to who we are,
yep.
And then learn to live that life. I had to
right.
relearn to live my gay life once I came out because I didn't know how to live my gay life.
Right, because I was presenting a version of myself that would be more acceptable.
Yeah.
So when I did come out, I was presenting in a way that would be more accepted.
Yep.
And so you've already suffered from the trauma
yep.
of creating that person that's not your full you.
Yep.
And then you have to relearn.
And that's internal.
Right.
And the externalness of that is everybody's reaction to it. So, and that is a whole other trauma that you have to deal with.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, everyone has a different traumatic experience involving accepting one's own queerness. For me, I was accepted by everyone around me when I did come out, but the damage was already done because I already, for the longest time, didn't accept myself.
Then there's internalized.
Yeah.
Your own internalized homophobia.
Right. My own fear of being gay and what that meant.
And I mean, what high school boy didn't use the F word anytime they could to make fun of their sports colleagues?
Totally.
And it wasn't, I mean, yes, there were obviously those bullies that were like, you're
Yeah, well, yeah, gym class was a danger zone.
Danger. Because then you were traumatized into everybody else is looking around, just conversing, and you're like, yup, absolutely. No, I'm fine. Yes.
This looks like a locker room
absolutely
scene, right?
Fine. Yeah. You're staring at
Yeah.
the ceiling or in your locker, and they're like, are you okay, bruh?
Yeah.
And you're like, first of all,
Like-
stop using the word bruh. Second of all, no, I'm not okay.
Well, I think, too, the reason why it's such a danger zone is because I don't feel like there is anything more clear-cut, black and white label, gender identifying than gym class. It's like,
oh yeah, boys and girls.
Boys and girls. Boys do this, behave this way, play these games.
Yep.
And then go to this locker room, and then girls do this, behave this way, and play these games and go to this locker room.
Yep.
And when you don't feel like this idea that they prescribe to what it is to be boy, even though I do identify as a boy, but I didn't identify in a way behaviorally or personality-wise with these ideas that are so limiting and
right.
so restrictive and completely antiquated and archaic and destructive to a growing psyche of a child.
Yeah. And girl, I played high school sports on top of that.
Yeah.
Just to make sure nobody thought I was gay. I mean, I enjoyed it kind of. Not really. But
kind of not really.
Yeah. But
right.
But even then, it's the pats on the ass, the this. Did I do too many? Did I
the constant concern. The constant fear and
straight
analyzing.
men touch penises more than gay men do.
I mean,
I'm convinced. They touch assholes and penises more than gay men do.
Every man is obsessed with cock. Every man.
Every
man.
They want to compare sizes. They want to see it. They want you
Yeah.
They want to see if you're bigger than they are, hard
if
and
harder,
soft.
faster than them.
Yeah.
How much you can shoot. Yeah.
Yeah.
There is a patriarchal
Here we go.
phallic obsession.
Yeah.
Country. Jackson, I hated gym. I only passed gym by checking in for attendance, and then after, and that I was allowed to leave. Good thing for a super gay gym teacher in high school.
Ooh,
yes.
If only though.
Oh my gosh! Wait, what was her name, Jackson? I forget. We
Oh,
did.
it was her. Okay.
Yeah, we had.
That's the other thing though. Lesbian gym teachers are totally fine, but we could not in our day. I mean, I don't know how it is today. Probably a little bit more liberal, but still, I'm sure parents are like,
Well, and it's so and it's so gross, and the reason why is because for some reason it's more socially acceptable for a female to be gay than it is for a male.
The problem with the social acceptance of females being gay is they're always hypersexualized. It's
Right.
always like, oh, the men want to see the women kissing. Oh, can you do it for me? Ugh. No, they're not here for you. They don't even like you. We don't even like you.
Miss Farr, yes, in junior high school. That's right, and she would run Spirit Week.
Aww.
Yeah, she was great.
I love Miss Farr. Hi, Miss Farr.
Miss Farr, out in the ether.
Oh, and I forget. He said I forget her name in high school. Whoever. You had 2 women gym teachers?
I don't remember high school gym.
I had a biology teacher that I thought should have been a gym teacher. Her name was Miss Track Singer.
Miss Track Singer?
Yeah.
She is a track singer. Where are my track singers?
Yeah. She was the coolest one though.
Yeah.
I loved her. She
Cute.
taught biology for me and AP Bio.
Oh, there you go. I don't recall any. I recall definitely lesbian teachers. I do not recall any gay male teachers at
No.
all. I feel like there is this
I feel like
assignment
I
of
knew there were some, but they weren't out.
yeah. I feel like there's this awful assignment of like perversion to gay males teaching children.
There's a hypersexualization of women and there's a perversion of gay men.
Yeah, and they're both foul.
Yeah, the perceptions are both foul.
Foul. That perception's the worst.
I actually really like this subject that the way that we're talking about it.
Me too.
I kind of want to stay on this rather than going into, because I think we've actually kind of already covered a little bit. We can also talk about it in another episode of what I was gonna bring up. But I feel like first of all, the education system in this country is like fucked
Run
up
like a
anyways.
prison?
Yeah, run like a prison
Yeah.
and fucked up. Teachers are not paid enough, but that's a different subject in all in its own.
Right.
But the fact that queer teachers are few and far between and hard to come by. I mean,
And talk about being some of the best examples to our youth who are trying to understand who they
yes.
are.
I mean, 2 of my jobs in New York as an HR leader were at 2 charter schools. And the queer teachers were the ones that I saw when I was visiting the schools, all the kids were going up to and wanting to talk to, and like they were who the kids confided in the most.
Right.
And it was just weird to me. They were always placed in like, oh, he's the cheerleading coach first, but he also teaches. He's the after school director first, but he also teaches. No. He's a teacher who does these other things.
Yeah.
He spends a full day teaching these kids.
Yeah.
And then
And then even does that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even the charter before that, I worked in, so HR reported in the finance department at that point, and one of my counterparts, Naima, I know she wouldn't mind me sharing her story, but she went on to be the director of operations of a school, and I feel like she had like it 10 times harder trying to get that position than most other people did.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, girl, why are you putting yourself through this?
Right.
Like, why? You're a badass bitch. Like, nobody needs to go through this.
But someone does. Someone needs to blaze that trail. Someone needs to like put the good fight in, right?
Yeah, but I guess it's like, in my mind, yes, somebody needs to do it. Somebody needs to be the first. Somebody needs to do all of that. But at some point, queers need to not be the only people fighting for queer people. And it's just like people of color. People of color cannot be fighting we cannot fight for ourselves. Queer people, we cannot fight for ourselves as well.
That's why it takes a village, and that's why allyship is so important.
100%. And allies need to realize that you have to, as an ally, you have to throw yourself on the line as well. I said this at at the show I judged the other night.
Mm-hmm.
People were being rude to one of the judges, and he's a very legendary, like, house parent a New York scene house parent, and they were all being rude, and I said, "Can I have that mic really quick?" And so I just said, "Listen, y'all, you are listening to one of the legends of color, a Black legend right now. Shut the fuck up. Listen to what he has to say." And when a Black legend speaks, you listen, because Black excellence is sitting next to me, and y'all need to learn the goddamn truth.
Right.
And he was doing what the rest of us were doing, which is giving critiques to the people performing.
But people will be rude and talking.
But when he spoke, they talked. And so I said, no, I've had enough.
There you go.
This is enough for me.
You're right.
I cannot speak as a person that identifies as Black, but I can speak for Black people in what I see.
Yeah, as a person of color, you can speak to that.
I mean, even as a white person, you can say, this is a person that needs to be listened to.
Right,
this is a person full of history and full of beauty.
And that's what real allyship is all about. It's
exactly.
calling it out.
I mean, I see myself the same as a white person when I'm speaking about Black culture. I've never lived it. I will never know what it is.
Right.
I cannot tell you what it's like to be a Black person in America or in the world. I can't, but I can tell you that they're fucking amazing people just like the rest of us. Mm-hmm. They are people just like the rest of us and deserve the same respect.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And that's it.
Absolutely.
So I think the same goes to the queer community. We also need that. We need people to say that for us as well.
Yes.
And the good thing about the queer community is we do have the good and the bad, I guess, is we do have figureheads that are also white in our community. So we do have people to listen to. Those people should be I always say the plows to blaze the path for the rest
of us. Yeah. Well, I think too, I think it's so important, and I feel like consciously, collectively, we are moving generally more so into a space that is conscious of psychological understanding or emotional understanding, where back in the 90s it used to be like, oh, well, big boys don't cry, and you don't behave this way, don't be a girl.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
I hated that.
Yeah, those awful phrases.
How many times were you called a girl? Too many to count?
At least every time I picked up the phone.
Oh yeah, we've all got the man. My husband still gets it in.
Hi, Jeanne. No, this is her son, Christopher. How can I help you? Yeah.
Chip got it in medical school, and in his residency. So.
Well, and the second that happens, you know what I'm going to do. You know what I'm going to do.
Tony Daniels, oh my God, Michael, you should have heard us. Chris and me on Harmonies.
Hi, Tony. Yeah, he and Cass came to the art house, and we had a little jam session. It was real cute.
I mean, it actually takes me like 5 or 10 minutes to get there, so next time you're there, just have Chris text me.
Yeah.
And if I'm not rhinestoning my ass off, then I'll be there.
But I definitely think I feel like we are moving into a space where this idea behind professionalism or what is appropriate in places that are negating our humanity and our emotional responses to moments that violence is happening are starting to be less. And we're starting to move into a place where we can call out when it's not acceptable.
I just wanted to put that up there.
Yeah.
No, I did this because I've been told 100 times, you'll never be a professional with as many tattoos as you have. I have them all over.
What a ridiculous idea.
Like, what does a tattoo have to do with my intelligence?
Right.
Or
if your hair's dyed a certain color.
Or my dad said, when we were in Michigan, cut your damn hair.
Excuse me?
No. Grow yours out, old man.
That's true.
Because it's not professional.
That idea is so goddamn antiquated.
I've ran billion-dollar companies, dear.
Just these tattoos and that hair.
With these tattoos, this hair, this queerness.
Yeah.
I've had piercings. I smoke weed. I drink. I do all of those things, and I still am very successful at my job.
There we go.
So
let's all do that. Let's all move into that space collectively. Let's all let go and release these ridiculous ideas about what it means to be a professional or what it means to be what is appropriate for the education space or the work space.
This is it.
Exactly, Tony.
Why
does anyone judge anything? For real. It's didn't we all learn that lesson? Or did we read those books as children?
It's
that
exactly
try to teach us how to not judge a book by its cover.
It's the age old. Treat others how you want to be treated.
The golden rule. The golden rule.
I will say one place that I know it exists profoundly and is very like I don't understand why people have such like a catch up on why this profession is one of the last ones still alive to do it. I think I got a glance. So I think he knew, but the medical community, like the top. I mean, I think it's great to look professional in a professional setting, but like you're not going to treat me better by having a tie on or having no tattoo showing or, you know, having gelled hair versus ungelled hair. Like that's just not, that has nothing to do with your intelligence level or your ability to make me a better in a like health wise.
Right.
At all.
We just need more people like everyone. Oh, hey, Tony says, oh, hey, Davey. Yes, Goliath. Don't judge me on the length of my tail. Be better with your biblical references. I think the more that collectively we move into a space where people choose to express themselves, we'll keep moving further away from these really antiquated ideas. You two are too young to know.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Thanks, Tony. Was it? I took a guess on that one.
Yeah, biblical reference is all I got. I was like,
David and Goliath, biblical reference,
or
right?
a song of some sort.
Yeah, I don't know.
So yeah, actually, wow.
So at the end of the day,
David and Goliath show from when I was a child.
Oh.
We'll look it up.
All right.
We will look it up. Oh, we need another one.
Yes, it was a biblical
it was
show.
a biblical show.
Come on,
Like Veggie Tales.
like Book of Mormon.
If you want to talk to tomatoes, if a squash can make you smile. That's all I'm going to sing so we don't get in trouble.
I didn't know that song. Is that from Veggie Tales?
Veggie Tales. It's the opening theme song.
I never got into it.
Oh my god, you've never heard the Hairbrush song?
Nope.
Or Everybody's Got a Water Buffalo?
Who sings the Hairbrush song? Is it Miss Carrot?
No, it's Larry the Cucumber.
I just made up Miss Carrot. I don't even know if that's her name. Is there a Miss Carrot?
There's a Madame Blueberry.
A Madam Blueberry. Ooh, this is a fun game to try to question the gender identity of different fruits and veggies.
Yeah.
Was carrot a male or female?
Was there a carrot? I don't think there was a carrot.
Really? I think it's such a popular vegetable.
There was a family of asparagus, though, and a family of grapes.
Oh.
They were the grapes of wrath.
The grapes of wrath. That's real cute.
There was also.
Were they angry? Were they all really angry grapes?
Yeah. They were like, they made them like the Clampets.
Clampets?
Yeah. You don't know. Do you know
Who
who
are
the
the
Clampets
Clampets?
are? Oh. Beverly Hillbillies?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So they were like, oh, I get it. Hillbilly asparagus. Okay.
Tomato was a fruit.
Well, that's good.
No pun
No pun intended. Oh, that's cute.
Bob the Tomato.
Bob the Tomato.
They were Bob the Tomato and Larry the Cucumber were the two mains.
Those are cute names.
Yeah.
Those are cute names.
Bob and Larry.
How cute.
Okay, so I do feel like we have.
I feel like we dished it.
Yeah, we dished it, but
dished
we
it well.
also are up on this 40-minute mark. Isn't that crazy?
Wow.
So
we really
let's
got
jump into a game, shall
yeah,
we?
Let's do it.
Let's just do the game, and then
And please, Munchkins, tune in. Let us know if you've got a fun category or a fun choice. Because this game
is
Would You Rather?
Chris
So-
is going to start us off because he loves to start off the game.
So get your ideas ready and let us know if you got one that we can answer for you. All right, so my first one for you, Michael, is would you rather crack while singing on Broadway or show your crack on Broadway stage?
Show my crack. Without a doubt.
Same.
Same? I mean, how would you not?
Yeah, because you know what? You have no idea the kind of like gossipy damage that could happen behind your back if you crack.
Yeah.
If your
I
voice
mean,
cracks.
Let's talk
It's
about
really
how much people
embarrassing.
talk about Adele Dazeem and her cracks.
I know. People are so mean for her. She gets dragged. She gets dragged hardcore.
Wait, he hasn't yet?
She has
Oh,
one.
hasn't seen VeggieTales. How can
No.
you not?
No, I also haven't shown my crack on Broadway yet, Tony.
Oh, I hadn't shown my crack on Broadway
Yeah,
yet. Wait,
but if you help us get there, we promise.
no, I was not in that production. I was a associate producer.
Oh, okay. So you showed your crack for money.
Um,
You raised the funds with your crack. Yeah. Okay, so what's yours?
Would you rather drink soapy water or muddy water?
Oh, muddy water. I'd rather drink muddy water because I have had kava and it's pretty goddamn close to muddy water. And
You think kava tastes like muddy water?
it tastes like dirt. It tastes like muddy
Wait,
water.
are you thinking grappa or kava?
Kava? Have you ever been to a kava bar and you drink that?
Yeah.
It's like a rooty brown.
Kava
liquid?
is sparkling wine from
Oh,
Italy.
babe, no, not that kind of kava. The kind of kava that.
What are you talking about?
Have you been to a kava bar? There's a few of them. Johnny's taken me to one.
No.
And kava is similar.
Michael did it. It was the Broadway subway shop.
Broadway subway shop. Yes,
Chris is right.
Chris is right. Always. So a kava, when you have kava, it is from a root, and it has similar effects to pop, but it doesn't make you high. It's not psychedelic. It just makes you really
Lucid.
and calm and soothing, and you're chatty, and it's really nice. It's a cute place to go for a friend and just have some kava and dish it. It's like really get into it, all the things.
Okay.
So kava tastes like fucking muddy water though. They serve it with pineapple slices, so you can literally chase it with a pineapple slice because it's like muddy water.
It's gross.
And my mom used to put soup in my mouth when I was a kid, so I fucking hate that.
I never had that.
Oh, I did.
I
did a bunch of times.
It was either
I had such a naughty mouth.
hot kava is definitely great, but mud water.
Yeah, see, kava with a K.
It's kava with
Yeah,
K,
kava
see.
with a K.
Wait, your mom did soap?
Yeah, I had to put soap in my mouth a lot.
We had this.
Ooh.
And it always went this way.
Where on your head?
No, it was down our face.
Ooh, down your face.
Unless it was my grandmother, and she's like this tall, but that woman she would hit you with anything inside.
Oh my
Vacuum
God.
cords, melon ballers, pots, pans.
Okay, next episode we're going to talk about physical abuse and how it was approved of in the 90s. That belt. Look.
Oh yeah.
Or
No,
threats of spanking.
cutting a switch is the worst.
Ooh. Just this is called violence, people. It's called violence.
Your turn.
My turn. Okay, this one's gonna get naughty. So, no, I'm gonna do the stupid one first, Chip. This is the one that Chip gave me, everyone. Would you rather have your breath smell like a fart or your laugh sound like a fart?
Laugh sound, because I think gross breath is one of the most disgusting. You know, I have very weird pet peeves about people's
Oral hygiene.
hygiene in general.
Mhm.
I can't deal with bad breath. I can't deal with hair in ears, and I can't deal with hair coming out of noses. It drives me insane. It's not like gross. I mean, obviously, smelling somebody's bad breath is not pleasant,
Right.
but it's just like, ugh.
I guess I laugh a lot. So I would be very concerned if I constantly sounded like I was farting out my mouth. And I feel like
Isn't
it's
that
not.
a burp?
Well, no, but a burp sounds like a burp. It doesn't sound like a fart. You know, it's not quite the same aerodynamic moment. But I think that I would really try hard to make sure I always had Listerine strips on me and I was popping them like fucking Tic Tacs. Or Tic Tacs. Or gum. Any of the above. I would just be constantly trying to hide it. But I think I would choose to have my breath smell like a fart.
No.
I know. Neither one's a good option.
Would you rather hear your partner fart every single morning
Okay.
or burp after every meal?
Me personally.
Yeah.
Oh, burp after every meal. Yeah, I feel like some friends of mine have helped me move into this space, and I thought it was really kind of interesting. We all burp, right? So why do we hide it or lessen
We
it
all
when
fart
it's something
too,
we
though.
need to do? True, but
Everybody
farts
farts.
really affect people in a negative way because they smell a lot. Burps don't always
Some
smell.
people don't smell.
That's true. Yeah, some people don't.
Everybody poops. Chris.
I never roses, I tell ya. So I would rather
Or as
burp.
my grandmother used to say, girls don't fart, they fluffy. And I was like,
What? They fluffy? That's really cute. I like that. Girls don't fart. They fluffy. For some reason, though, the idea of fluffy sounds like you can just see it.
ew.
I know. But that's what it does in my mind. I have a very interesting, what's that word? Overactive imagination. That's the phrase, right? Yeah, so I would definitely rather burp after every meal. What would you rather do? Hear your partner fart every morning. I mean, we fart in our sleep, right? Like that just happens. It's like whatever. We all do it. Okay, so mine for you. Would you rather only have oral and never penetration for the rest of your life, or only penetration and never oral?
I don't know.
I love the crickets.
Yeah, I guess oral.
I would rather be able to have penetrative sex and never oral.
I think the opposite.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Please let us know.
Because
what your
penetrative
opinion
sex
is.
hurts people sometimes.
Yeah, that's true.
Oral doesn't hurt people.
That's true. That's very humanitarian of you.
Thank you.
Do you have another one?
Yes, I'm reading off this list.
Okay.
Would you rather knowingly date a criminal or not know your significant other is leading a double life?
Absolutely knowingly date a criminal. Absolutely. I'm also a little bit of a rebel. And someone once told me, an ex of mine once said to me, everything in nature steals. And I thought that was like, kind of like dark and sexy.
Have you ever stolen?
Oh yeah.
Same.
Absolutely.
Chip, have you ever stolen anything?
But not from a person. I do not believe in stealing from people. Ever. I have not also stolen in many, many years, but when I was younger, I used to think it was okay from large corporations that were ruining the world. That was like the justification I had.
As?
I don't want to say it.
Why?
I don't know. Can we
I
get in
stole from
trouble?
American Eagle once.
Okay, Walmart all the time. Like, because I'm like, you're ruining the world, so and you have a whole account for this.
Stole
your heart. Oh, shit, that was cute.
Would you rather buy secondhand underwear or go commando every day?
Man, I don't see what's like awful about either of those, really.
Secondhand underwear?
You wash it, and then it's clean.
I mean, it's different if you know the person that was wearing it before you.
Yeah. But I would never go buy underwear like a Salvation Army or
go to L Train Vintage and buy somebody's underwear.
No.
Is what this means.
No, absolutely not. No, I would rather go commando every day because now they make shorts with lining and shorts with other kinds of things, so you can go commando, and it's like easier. I didn't have any more written down. Do you have any for us munchkins? Do they have any? Has anyone given us a rather? Would you rather?
They hate us today.
That's okay.
Would you rather take a car ride from Lindsay Lohan or Stevie Wonder? This is actually on this list.
Oh man! I mean, it's obviously gotta be Lindsay because at least she's not blind. She's kind of fucked up, and who knows if we're gonna get there safely. But have you seen that meme of Lindsay Lohan's face?
Wait, what if it's Amanda Bynes instead of Lindsay Lohan?
Still, Amanda Bynes over Stevie.
Really?
Wonder. Listen, maybe if Stevie just sits there and he doesn't actually take us anywhere and he sings. Sick. But have you seen that meme though of it says this is a shopping cart and it's 3 pictures of Lindsay Lohan looking pretty and then the 4th picture is her looking real messed up and it's trying to say like there's always that one wheel on a shopping cart that's just like chippy and messed up and not okay.
Sheena.
Hey, Sheena.
Lindsay.
Yeah, right. I mean,
I don't know. I might give Stevie Wonder a try depending on what Lindsay's on that day.
But he's blind.
And?
How can he drive you anywhere?
Maybe he's smart enough to get a self-driving car that day.
Oh, yeah. Maybe he's got a Tesla.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think we have chat everybody's ears
We
off.
dished it.
So we may or may not be back. Tesla. Yes. We may or may not be back next week. Oh, no, we're taking a break next week. We
We
decided.
are going to take a break next week, Munchkins, because we are 16 days away from this pageant.
Yeah.
And we got a lot going on.
Both of us are trying to pour ourselves out to get as much money as we can.
Exactly.
Great minds, Pookie.
Thanks, honey.
Aw. And with that, we will see you in 2 weeks. And we love you all the muches. Bye.
Bye, Munchkins.